welcome back everyone and Happy New Year's. This is going to be the first video of 2020 and you have probably guessed it from the title. We are going to review another arcade stick. Basically Razer has three arcade sticks. There is the Razer Atrox for the Xbox and PC. There is the Razer Panthera for the PlayStation 3, 4 and PC. And this is the third one. This is the Razer Panthera Evo. This is only for the PlayStation 4 and PC, not compatible for the PS3. Unlike any arcade sticks on the market, this arcade stick has something special. It is equipped with Razer's own mechanical buttons, which I'm gonna test it out and let you guys know my opinions. And let's see if this arcade stick is any good. Now let's open this guy up and see what we got. Before I open it, let me give you that 360. So you can see the box. I always like Razer's packaging. They do put some extra effort into their packaging. So now the tab is right here. It's on the back, on the bottom. We're getting a pull. So it looks like we're going to open it like this, like that, and just like other arcade sticks, I'm gonna give you that opening. We have the standard foam. I like this foam like paper. All right, stick this guy out. It's kind of heavy too. Whoa! Let's not break it. Let's put this aside. Oh! Right here, that foam. Let's peel this off, and then like that. All right. First impression, this is much slimmer than the original Panthera, which I have here. Not by much, I would say by half an inch, I would say. And let's see, by the weight, I would say half of the weight, I would say. This is much heavier, and this one is a little bit lighter, but it still has some good weight to it. It feels like the Huawei Wrap 4 in terms of weight. Let's start from the front. So on the top here we have the PlayStation button, we have the touchpad, we have the L3, R3, the left stick, D-pad, and right stick toggle. We have the lock and unlock toggle, very important if you're playing someone, you don't accidentally press any of the menu buttons. Over here we have a volume control button. This you actually don't see in any other stick. So this is something new for an arcade stick. To control the volume of your headphone, you can press it to toggle through different levels of volume, or you can actually hold it to go up and down to control your volume that way. And on the very far right, we have a mute button for your headphone. Over here we have the Sawa JLF lever, but these are not Sawa, these are Razer's own mechanical buttons, which we are going to test it out in a minute. The arcade stick on here, the lower part has a little bit of curve, so it's going to be better for our wrists. The artwork is very basic, very general Razer design. This arcade stick is really meant for you to change the artwork, because they make it very easy to change the artwork on this one. On the left side we don't have anything. On the right side we have your share and option button. We also have your headphone jack. At the bottom we don't have anything. And on the back, actually let's go over this. We have a cable compartment that closes automatically. That is actually quite convenient. And we have your cable. So there is a little bit of a cutout on here to slide your cable in here. So that when you hear that little click, let me show you again. Ooh, look, listen. You see that little click that means that the cable is tucked in here secure. So that way the compartment will close smoothly. So this arcade stick does not have, comparing it to the original Panthera, this arcade stick does not have easy access to the internals. And it also does not have a detachable cable. But what it does have, there is a opening, a cut opening from the bottom that is covered by a silicone pad. So you can put in a flathead screwdriver here if you need to unscrew the ball top and change it to a bat top, or if the bat top gets loose, you can actually just tighten it back here instead of opening the whole arcade stick just to tighten the ball top. So this is something nice to have because there's no easy access to the internal. This will be helpful in times like that. And here we have the chart for the buttons, and then we have the silicone padding, so that way your arcade stick does not slide around. So yeah, so far I like the design, I like the weight. So let's see what this arcade stick can do. Alright guys, let's try out this arcade stick, and in the meantime let's do Gil's trial mode so you can see if the arcade stick is responsive. Gil is trending right now, so let's just do his trial mode, and let's do it within under 5 minutes. Let's see if that works. Okay. I have done it once when he first came out. Oh, messed up. Too slow. What is this? Alright. And it is the standing. That is number 5. No, number 4. And this is crouching. Okay. This is standing. And this is the long one. Okay. Okay. No, 7 in 1 minute. Not bad, right? This is standing. This is long. Okay, hold on. Oh, I got lucky. 8 in a minute and 29 seconds. Not bad. This is jump heavy in this. No, this is so long. Hold on. Hold on. What is this? Standing and then crouching into that. Okay. Oh, I messed up the end. Okay, hold on. Oh, I can't do the direction. It has to be neutral. Okay. No? Oh, I forgot this kick. Okay. 2 minutes and 45. The last one. This. Oh, almost. Oh. Oh. Too slow. This is tricky. There we go. 3 minutes-ish. Okay guys, let me show you the inside of the arcade stick. So first we have to unscrew 6 screws. Okay, and then we have to peel off the silicone cover. We have to untighten the bottom. Let's see. Alright. And then I'll just take this off. Okay, put this aside. Now we take the shaft cover off. We take the washer off. Now under the washer here, there's one more Phillips screw. So you want to unscrew that one. Okay, put that aside. Now you want to gently just lift the top cover. It's very easy, but you want to be gentle because this panel is quite thin. Okay, so the top is just this clear panel here. And now, as you can see, it is very easy to just lift this artwork up. Super easy. I'm not sure how to describe this material, but it's very strong paper. So for those who wants to customize the artwork, all you need to do is just go online, whether it's Razer.com or any other sites that sells customized artworks. You can just buy a print for your Panthera Evo, and just you can have it cut out or you can cut it yourself. All you need to do is just like lay it down and then put the cover back in, flip over the arcade stick, screw screw back the screws. You're all set. Super easy. The next part is going to be unscrewing these 9 screws. 7, 8, 9 screws on the top. You should have a little container, so that way you don't lose them. So now you want to just lift gently. Be careful with this part because the top panel is connected to the option and the start button and the headphone jack. So you want to be very careful with this part because you don't want to pull too hard because there are cables connected. If you are comfortable when mounting this arcade stick, you can just unplug this and unscrew this part or unplug it on this side. So okay, now I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna actually just take this away. So let me just show you the like this actually. So inside it looks like this. This is the top panel and this is the bottom panel. For demonstration purpose, I'm going to take off the headphone jack. Okay. I take this off. I'm going to unplug these buttons so you guys can see better. Okay. I'm going to take this away. Right now we're looking at the internal of the arcade stick, and I also unscrew this just in case. So you have your 8 Razer mechanical buttons over here, your Soundwatch AOF lever, you have the board here. I just want to show you guys how easy it is to switch out the lever and the buttons. So the lever, you just unscrew all 4 buttons, and whether you want to use Hayabusa or Semisu, the mounting plate is going to fit universally. So you don't have to worry about that. So unscrew this and just put any of these in. It's gonna fit right in. Okay. And for the buttons over here, so I'm gonna just show you. You just want to squeeze over here. Let me unplug this first. With these things, you want to be gentle. You want to just kind of like wiggle it out. You don't want to. You don't want to force it. So after you unplug the two wires. You just squeeze on the tabs, it comes right off, as you can see. Okay, let me put it over here. Now we have 3 buttons. We have Samisu, Sama, and Hayabusa. Very easy. This is Samisu. It just pops right in, as you can see. Now you just want to push those tabs back out. I'm going to do Sama. Clips right in. Alright. Ooh. And this is Hayabusa. Right. Very easy. And then you want to just plug the cable right in. Super easy. One thing I noticed from the Razer button is that it comes with a clear ring. So what this clear ring does is that it keeps the button in place. So if I take this off and I put this on, right, look. You see how it moves around? So what that clear ring does is that it keeps it in place. Right now if I put it back on, now you don't have that issue. Now it's just very, very tight. Not too tight, but like just right, just enough tightness. So when you're replacing your buttons with let's say Sama, Samisu, or Hayabusa, you have to take this ring and you have to put it on the Samisu. Let's say Hayabusa. It's gonna fit right in, and then you pop it in. Now it's not gonna move. Okay. So the issue is that if you buy new buttons and you don't have this ring, let me take this off. The button is going to wiggle a little bit. The way to solve that is to buy buttons that are the screw-in buttons. So if you don't have the rings, you see how it wiggles? So you have to use that clear ring. But something I don't like is that when you use that clear ring, is that the button actually sits higher. What I mean by that is if I put this back on without the ring, and I flip this over, let me see if I can. As you can see, this button does not have the clear ring. As you can see, it's just lower than the other ones. What this clear ring does is that your button will be sitting on top of the ring instead of sitting on top of the panel. That's something I don't like. Okay, but it's not a big deal. Now let me tell you what's different about the Razer button. You have Samisu, Sama, Razer, and Hayabusa, right? Judging from the top and judging from the side, they look very similar. You can't really tell if they're, let's say if they're all black color, right? Very similar, they feel very similar, right? But as soon as you look at the bottom, you can clearly see which one is Razer. Razer has a mini board on the bottom, so that's one of the major differences of that button. Another thing I noticed is Razer buttons are very puffy, like it has a very strong spring. What I mean by that is that, look, when I push this down, you have a very consistent spring tension from all the way from top to completely pressed. There's no stopping point, right? It's very, you can feel it has a very strong spring, more than the others. This is Razer. Whereas on, let's say this is Hayabusa, let me get the focus. As you can see, there's kind of like a halfway, and then you press down. There's like a halfway, and then you press down. So it's not as constant tension, whereas on the Razer, you can feel it's just one motion going down or going up. And then on the Razer, on the Sama, same thing, look. There's a halfway, kinda, and then you press down to finish the rest. It's not, you can feel it's not like I'm pushing down, but you can feel like my finger is, there's a natural pause in the middle because it's a different spring or a different system. Same thing with the Semisu. When I'm pressing down, you see this is halfway kinda, and now I finish the rest. So that's the difference in terms of feel. The Razer button feels more puffier, stronger spring. There's no halfway point feeling, whereas the other three has that. Now let's do a quick sound test of these 4 buttons. Razer, Sanwa, Hayabusa, and Semisu. In terms of feel and sound, the Razer and the Sanwa sounds and feels like exactly the same. I can't even tell the difference when I'm pressing it. You can tell the difference when you're pressing it really slow, because there is like a halfway point, and here is like a stronger spring. But if you're just pressing like that, you can't tell the difference. Whereas on Hayabusa, it's very different. And then this is Semisu. These three has very distinctive feel and sound, whereas the Razer and the Sanwa, very similar. In conclusion, how does Razer's mechanical buttons compare to, let's say, Sanwa, Hayabusa, and Semisu? I have used this stick on different games and over many hours, and in my opinion, I feel that the Sanwa and Hayabusa still feels slightly better than the Razer mechanical buttons. Then, the Razer mechanical buttons feel slightly better than the Semisu, in my opinion. That has nothing to do with the effectiveness of the buttons. That is just a personal preference. And in terms of responsiveness, it is very responsive as Sanwa, Hayabusa, and Semisu. As you can see in the Guild trial, the 3-minute trial mode, it was very casual, and you can see how effortless the commands in my hand was. So good job on Razer for being able to make excellent buttons. And on the side note, you are not able to buy these buttons. Razer does not sell these buttons separately. So down the road, when these buttons break, you are going to have to choose a different brand. But let's say if one button breaks, let's say if the heavy punch, you can actually just swap this over, and if the heavy kick breaks, swap this one over to make it last as long as possible, because most games you will not be using the last 2 buttons. So yeah, excellent buttons. Overall, what do I think about the Razer Panthera Evo? I think this is an excellent arcade stick. The fact that you're getting a nice solid casing, you got the Sanwa lever, Razer mechanical buttons that is as good as Sanwa's, and most importantly, the easy to change artwork feature, and a lot of other great features. I can definitely tell Razer put in some extra thoughts and details onto this arcade stick. You can kind of consider this arcade stick to be a upper mid-range fight stick. So I can see why Razer priced this at $200. But if you can get this at $150 or lower, I think it will be an excellent deal. If for those who recently purchased this arcade stick when it's on sale, let me know what you think. If you have any other questions, leave a comment below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe is always helpful, and I'll see you next time.